Errol Flynn, born Errol Leslie Thompson. Flynn on June 20th, 1909, in Hobart, Tasmania, is remembered as one of the most charismatic and legendary actors from Hollywood's golden age. Known for his swashbuckling roles and charming devil-may-care attitude, Flynn became an icon of the 1930s and 1940s. The son of a respected biology professor, Theodore Thompson Flynn, and Lily Mary Young, Errol demonstrated independence from a young age, frequently finding himself at odds with authority. His rebellious nature, combined with a thirst for adventure, would become central to both his personal life and on-screen persona. Before becoming an actor, Flynn worked various jobs, including as a fisherman, journalist, and even a gold prospector in Papua New Guinea, each experience later enriching his acting. His breakthrough role in Captain Blood, 1935, marked the beginning of a spectacular career that would see him become the quintessential screen hero. Rise to stardom and iconic roles, Flynn's career took off after his iconic performance in Captain Blood, 1935, which turned him into a Hollywood sensation. Throughout the 1930s and 1940s, Flynn starred in a string of successful action-adventure films, showcasing his athleticism and natural charisma. His role as Robin Hood in The Adventures of Robin Hood, 1938, solidified his place in cinematic history. The vibrant technicolor and thrilling swordplay became iconic elements of his career. Other popular films like Dodge City, 1939, and The Seahawk, 1940, followed, establishing him as one of Hollywood's top box office stars. Flynn's roles often combined daring physical stunts, wit, and charm, earning him a reputation as the ultimate swashbuckler. Despite his larger-than-life roles, his real-life story was far from a fairy tale, marked by personal struggles and controversies that would eventually overshadow his acting. Personal life and scandals off-screen, Flynn's life was filled with scandal and controversy. Known for his relationships with women and his love for alcohol and adventure, Flynn often found himself in tabloid headlines. In 1942, he faced a highly publicized statutory rape trial, from which he was acquitted, but the case tarnished his reputation. Despite the scandal, Flynn's popularity remained intact, with the phrase "in like Flynn" entering the vernacular, referencing both his courtroom victory and his reputation with women. As the years passed, Flynn's lifestyle began to take a toll. Struggles with substance abuse, failed investments, and personal turmoil affected his career. In an attempt to prove his acting range, Flynn sought more serious roles in later years, such as The Sun Also Rises, 1957, where he played older, more nuanced characters. However, the charm that once captivated audiences was fading. 3 marriages and family tragedies. Throughout his life, Flynn was married 3 times, each union marked by its own set of challenges and complications. His first marriage, to actress Lily Dita in 1935, was filled with passion and turbulence. Despite their volatile relationship, they remained married for 7 years, producing 1 child, a son named Sean. Tragically, Sean, who pursued a brief acting career in the 1960s, was reported missing during the Vietnam War and was presumed dead. Flynn's second marriage, to Nora Eddington in 1943, came shortly after his divorce from Dita. Their marriage produced 2 daughters, Deirdre and Rory, but ended in 1949 amid his declining career and personal struggles. Flynn's third and final marriage was to actress Patrice Wymore in 1950. Despite the age gap, their relationship was the most stable of his marriages, though it too faced challenges due to Flynn's deteriorating health and ongoing battle with alcoholism. Flynn's fear of exposure and Hollywood's hidden truths. Flynn's memoirs also explore the fear and paranoia that plagued Hollywood during its golden age. The studio system enforced strict morality clauses on its stars, pressuring them to maintain public personas that adhered to conventional norms. For Flynn and many others, the pressure to maintain a hyper-masculine image and engage in staged publicity romances created an environment of secrecy and fear. Flynn writes about the masks he wore, both on and off screen, and the quiet moments he shared with his lovers, hidden from the spotlight. He recounts intimate evenings away from the cameras, describing stolen glances, laughter, and tearful goodbyes, acknowledging the emotional complexity of his relationships. The memoir sheds light on the struggles of navigating identity in a time when social acceptance of non-heteronormative lives was non-existent, providing a glimpse into the emotional side of Flynn's life. The end of Flynn's career and his financial decline. By the late 1950s, Errol Flynn's once glittering career had been severely tarnished. His stardom faded as his personal life became increasingly chaotic, and his finances deteriorated due to extravagance, spending, legal troubles, and failed investments. In an attempt to avoid financial ruin, Flynn left for Vancouver, Canada, in October 1959, hoping to lease his yacht, the Zaka, to a Canadian businessman. Accompanied by 17-year-old actress Beverly Adland, Flynn seemed determined to live out his final days on his terms, despite the growing scandals that had plagued him. However, during the trip, Flynn began experiencing severe back and leg pain, leading to a medical emergency. Taken to a local physician, Flynn was diagnosed with degenerative disc disease and spinal osteoarthritis, conditions worsened by years of alcohol abuse. Despite being given medication to alleviate his pain, Flynn's health continued to decline. Flynn's final hours and death. Flynn's final hours were marked by a sense of reflection and nostalgia. As he lay in a bedroom recovering from the pain, he began recounting stories from his past, filled with adventure and glory. Those present in the room listened as the once energetic actor shared vivid memories of his youth, the highs of his cinematic career, and his infamous exploits. However, the brief moment of comfort was short-lived. Just 20 minutes later, Beverly Adland found Flynn unresponsive, and despite efforts to resuscitate him, he was pronounced dead at the age of 50. The coroner's report listed the cause of death as a heart attack, exacerbated by chronic alcohol abuse and poor health. His sudden passing was a tragic end to the life of a man who had once been the epitome of Hollywood glamour and adventure. Legacy of a Hollywood legend. Errol Flynn's legacy is complex, marked by both his cinematic achievements and his tumultuous personal life. While his films continue to be celebrated for their swashbuckling charm and daring adventure, the man behind the roles is equally captivating. His private memoirs have shed light on the hidden aspects of his life, challenging the public's understanding of his legacy. The stories of his love affairs, struggles with identity, and the pressures of Hollywood's studio system paint a picture of a man who, despite his fame, lived much of his life in secrecy. Whether his memoirs are authentic or part of the myth surrounding him, they offer a glimpse into the real man behind the swashbuckling persona. A man who, like many in his time, yearned for love and understanding in a world that demanded conformity.